Hey there, y'all. Bunkle here. Hope you've been having a great day. Hope every day is a blessed day for you and y'all. So I got here a bunch of packs of 1988 Leaf Baseball. Now, Leaf Baseball cards. That was Donruss's answer to Topps' O-Pee-Chee cards, or O-Pee-Chee baseball cards, which had been around for a bunch of years, under license by Topps. So they wanted to get into the Canadian market also. Now, a lot of great cards could be found in these, just like the Donruss cards, kind of similar. They look exactly the same. The difference is these were a lot harder to find, especially for a Bronx boy like me or anybody really within the U.S. when they came out. I mean, you might have found some at a card show or something like that. I do remember a couple card shows back when, and it's like, okay, Donruss or Leaf? You know what? I know Donruss. What the heck is Leaf? Leaf is one of those bogus brands. But you know what? Ended up that Leaf, because they were not as popular and because, I don't know, maybe a lot were destroyed in printing, Donruss didn't pay as much attention. Not that they paid all that much attention to their own cards, to Donruss Baseball in the late 80s. I mean, the centering on the Donruss ones was horrible. On the Leaf, it's definitely not much better. But because they're not as common, not as easy to find, some of the values are definitely a lot higher than what you'd find in the Donruss. If you look at, for example, you go by PSA, I mean, that's I guess the best way to price. I don't necessarily like everything that I see on the PSA website, PSAcard.com website. There's a lot of errors and everything else, and I've mentioned that a million times before. Everybody trusts PSA because they've been around for a long time and all of this. As a data person, you know what? If their data is wrong, if you're taking a look, let's just say at whatever set, looking for whatever card, and you don't actually click to see, like on the player, to see if the PSA 10 actually sold for that, whatever it's saying, whether PSA 10, 9, 8, who knows. It could be a multiple card. It could be an incorrect card. It could be the wrong sport even, I found. So, I mean, their data is so messed up. It's not even funny. I do hope that somebody really gives them big-time competition. I know Beckett does in some ways, but so does SGC in some ways. But they also, you know, in my opinion, and again, I could be wrong, my opinion based on what I see and hear from other YouTubers, as well as just, I guess, out in the card community, is they all engage in some kind of, I guess, what we consider population control, where, you know what, they don't want to necessarily drop the value of a particular card. Let's just say, I guess, pick whatever card it might be, okay? If somebody popped up with 20 more, okay, of whatever card it was in perfect condition, okay? Let's just say that there's only 5 in a PSA 10, okay? And somebody popped up with 10 perfect copies, okay? All perfect edges, all perfect corners, all perfect centering. And because they were so few before, let's just say that it's a $1,000 card. If they automatically went from 5 to 15 PSA 10s overnight, the value of that card to the collectors would drop immensely, of course, you know, higher population. So it wouldn't be as rare, so prices would drop. And, yeah, in some ways, PSA might also, and it's been suggested that for some of the larger dealers or people that are very familiar with the trade or companies, kind of like government. You know what? If you go from a pharmaceutical to the FDA and then back to a pharmaceutical and back to the FDA, and that definitely happens a lot. Sure, you might want some people, but it kind of makes whatever drug companies those people are with or were with a little bit easier to have accepted by the FDA from what we hear. But anyway, you know what? Enough with all that. Let's get to opening baseball. Now, in these, the highest valued card in these is the Nolan Ryan. You're talking almost $900. Okay, compared to the Donruss, which the Nolan Ryan is not even probably worth $50. The Robbie Alomar is also up there, $625. The Barry Larkin's over about $300. The Greg Jeffries rookie card, I mean, he was supposed to be the hot rookie. Well, somewhere around 250. I mean, all in all, there's at least a dozen cards that are $75 or higher from Leaf. Again, perfect PSA 10 condition. So let's get to opening these, and maybe I should put on the white gloves to protect these. Now, of course, what you don't want to see is one of those big cards at the bottom where it could get a nasty wax stain, because, you know, any of these packs from this era are definitely wax stain prone. So our first thing that we got is a puzzle card. Then we got the George Bell MVP card. Now, the centering on that is rotten. Now, one thing I did not take a look at, and if you give me a second, I'm going to take a quick look just to see, but I do know that there's some of the 1988 Donruss that the MVP cards are definitely worth some money. But on the Leaf, I'm not sure as far as what the values are, and I want to give you guys and gals out there something maybe a little bit solid. So if you're opening these packs, or if you're just following along with me, you'll see what I'm getting here. Now, okay, I found the Donruss ones, not the Leaf ones. You know what? I'm going to take a look later. I'll get back to you on that. We'll just keep going. I'm going to keep it on the side, though, up on top, just in case. Got Danny Tart a Bull. Ooh, very nice Cal Ripken Diamond Kings card there. I mean, that centering is nice. For a Leaf card, that's really good. I'm going to definitely frapper that one up, although I don't think that that's anywhere within anything as far as the PSA value, but I think there's a lot of those for some reason. Eric Davis, a lot of people don't know all that much about his career, but he was a total beast. Kevin Elster, Kent Herbeck, Sean Hillegas, Devon White, Floyd Youmans, and Darrell Evans. All right. So I'm going to get this Ripken and a frapper. Worst case scenario, it's going to be a cool card to add in as far as a Hall of Fame pack. You don't see too many of those, I don't think. This is the Leaf variety. So you're going to have the English and the French there. So somebody's going to go, ooh, ah, when they find it in a Hall of Fame pack, I think. A little bit different than what they normally find for sure. So we got pack number 2. Yeah, if you haven't checked out my eBay shop, make sure you do. I'm going to post a link in the description of this video. But I think I got lots of cool stuff on there. And I'm going to continue adding more stuff. Got Andy Van Slyke, Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven, Billy Hatcher, Darrell Evans, Roy Smalley, Franklin Stubbs, Eddie Williams, Bo Diaz, Ernie Witt, and Tony Pena. And I think some of my favorite things to put together there is the team sets. I do baseball, football, hockey, team packs, I guess you'd say. Not sets, but packs. With either 50 or 100. I have baseball 50 and 100, and football and hockey, just 100 card packs. But those, as well as the Hall of Fame packs that I put together, I think they give great value. And if you're a fan of a particular team, you'll get lots of good cards in there. And I don't shy away from Hall of Famers or greats from any particular team when I put together the team pack. So just something to keep in mind if you have a family member that's a fan of a particular team. You know what, it ain't holiday time, but you can keep them in mind for the holidays. Might not be a bad thing. Got Lloyd Mosby, Kevin Elster, Lance Johnson, Mike Scioscia, Doc Gooden, nice card there. Unfortunate not Hall of Fame. Mackey Sassa, Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer there. Harold Reynolds, and Donnie Baseball. Nice card there. Centering's off a bit left to right. Again, it is what it is, but I'm going to frapper him up as well. Now, in a PSA 10, not all that highly valued, somewhat. Again, $75 in a PSA 10 is not all that bad for a complete junk wax, although, again, Leaf is a lot less common than Donruss was, that's for sure. The Leaf sets, the Leaf packages, it's a shorter set, under 300 cards, and definitely a lot more concentrated on Canadian teams and Canadian players. They even have special cards for Canada. Canada. Another George Bell. Now, which one is better? Let's see. I think the centering on the top one is just slightly, a smidgel better. Well, we got a Tim Raines, Rock Raines card there. Very nice. Always great to pull Hall of Famers. Ozzie Virgil, Mark Langston, Benito Santiago, Petey O'Brien, Steve Bedrosian, George Bell. Now, I wish these were centered as well as that. I mean, that looks very nice. The other ones, not so nice. Wally Backman and Dennis Martinez. So let's get the Rock Raines and a Farrappa. Centering on that one doesn't look all that shabby, that's for sure. But not even in the top 20. You know, some of the cards, they're probably better centered than others, I guess, depending on what sheet or placement in the sheet and stuff like that. So that could be another reason for a low pop on some of them. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws here. And funny saying here in Jersey now, where plastic straws in paper wrappers have been banned. So now we're drinking from paper straws and plastic wrappers. Whatever. Anyway, we got Will the Thrill Clark. Nice card there. That would be a great card. Would be. Tommy John. I mean, perfectly centered there. Kurt Manowaring. Jack Clark. Mike Greenwell. Great player. Not Hall of Fame worthy, but great player. Joey Maya. Tom Foley. Dale Murphy. Horribly centered. And you can see the left to right and the top to bottom there. Willie Upshaw. And the favorite card we always get is the checklist. This is the $1 billion checklist. I mean, if you look at the names of Maguire, Raines, Trammell, it's Hall of Fame loaded, Paul Molitor, Andre Dawson. If you add up all of their salaries, I mean, come on. All of their salaries or all their earnings over their career, what do you have? $500 million card there. But anyway, that's what they earn, not what the card's worth. And it's only a checklist, and it's unmarked, but it's not like it's a 1970 checklist unmarked in perfect condition, or 71 or a 72, or now it's an 88 Leaf. All right, we got Ozzie Guillen, Keith Hernandez, nice card there. Centering, not bad, not bad. Brett Saberhagen, Devon White, Nolan Ryan. All right, well, that's a nice one. Now, again, I mentioned the Nolan Ryan, and if you look at the centering, left to right isn't all that bad. Top to bottom on that is ugly. And a PSA 10, perfectly centered, edges sharp. I mean, edges are definitely sharp here. Corners are great. Centering is what's going to get you on this. In a PSA 10, it's almost $900. And a PSA 9 recent sale was $33. They've been anywhere in the $40 to, I guess, $25 to $50 range since the card prices have all dropped and everything else. So yeah, is it worth it? I don't know. The centering top to bottom definitely makes it even a hard maybe for a 9, probably an 8, just because of the centering. Got Mookie Wilson, Al Leiter, good pitcher with the Yankees, not a great one. Jack McDowell, Black Jack McDowell, Craig Reynolds, and Scott Fletcher. So while I get this wrapped up, let me just remind y'all, I definitely appreciate you stopping by, checking out this video, and seeing the other videos on my channel. Definitely appreciate all comments, subscribers, thumbs up, even thumbs down, even some comments saying, hey, y'all, you really messed up the names in this video, or you don't know what you're talking about. I've gotten a couple of those. And yeah, you know what? And some things I might not. If we want to talk 80s baseball, 80s, 90s baseball, 70s baseball, I think I could definitely have a great conversation. Talk now baseball, you know what? Maybe I don't know as much as I used to. I ain't as good as I once was. Anyway, once again, I definitely appreciate all y'all. Y'all take care. Stay well. Stay blessed. Bunkle out.